Certain effects are so unbelievable that no one with sense would ever believe they actually happened, but the events in today's video have been captured on film. In January 2019, residents of Nashville, Tennessee, were stunned to see a military plane flying extremely close to the ground, skimming across the tops of buildings and passing by office windows. It kept circling for half an hour, and during that time, startled witnesses made hundreds of calls to local authorities in a panic. Later, it was revealed that this was part of a training exercise in preparation for a flyover to celebrate the inauguration of a new governor. However, with no prior warning and a seemingly reckless flight path, people were not amused. Still, it was incredible to witness the precise control of the pilot, showcasing how maneuverable these jets are. Unfortunately, the actual celebration flight was canceled due to poor weather conditions, making the rehearsal and the fear it caused all in vain. The surface of the ground may look stable, but things can be very different underneath. In some regions, water slowly erodes the underlying rock layers, and once enough is gone that it can no longer support what's above, the ground collapses, forming a sinkhole. Luckily, this usually happens in remote areas, but sometimes it occurs without warning in the middle of a built-up area. This clip from Russia shows just how extreme these events can be. Driving on a tarmac road, no one would normally think twice about the danger of a sinkhole. Suddenly, though, the ground opens up beneath a concrete mixer, almost swallowing a hole. Authorities later reported that this was a small sinkhole. If it had been any bigger, the consequences could have been catastrophic. You've heard the saying, lightning never strikes twice. But in most cases, all it needs to do is strike once to cause untold damage. This video was recorded at Bryson Lake Lodge in Quebec, Canada, where guests have been advised to stay inside because of an approaching storm. They set up a camera to record it passing over, but no one could have predicted what was about to happen next. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck a pine tree in the courtyard, sending shards of wood and debris flying. The tree's canopy collapsed on top of one of the buildings, damaging the roof. Luckily, no one was hurt, but had they not been safely inside their rooms, the outcome could have been very different. Surfing is a popular sport around the world. There's nothing quite like feeling the wind in your hair as you carve a giant wave. But sometimes the experience becomes far more extreme than any surfer would want. During the 2015 World Surf League Championships, pro surfer Mick Fanning was in the waters of Jeffreys Bay in South Africa when he felt something tugging at his board. He quickly realized he was being attacked by a shark, and his survival instincts kicked in. The shark's fin and tail could be seen thrashing about in the water as he fought it off. When he got an opportunity, he started swimming back toward the race officials, who were speeding to his rescue. Amazingly, just 2 years later, he was competing at the same event when exactly the same thing happened again. After this second experience, he finally decided it was time to retire. Makeup tutorials have become one of the most popular types of online content, and while you may think you've seen it all, there's always a surprise in store. This one by Ollie J was recorded on July 8, 2019, and unbeknownst to her, she was about to be filming live when one of the strongest earthquakes of the year struck. It begins like any other video. Just as she is applying lipstick, the room starts to violently shake. Predictably, her application doesn't go exactly as planned, and you can see the terror on her face as she realizes what's happening. Luckily, the tremor is over in a few seconds, and she remains perfectly safe. But the chances of this happening were so remote that you'd never believe it if the camera hadn't been rolling. Ryan Melville is a pilot for the Australian Air Force who is used to pushing jets to their limits. He often performs acrobatic displays for spectators, and in 2017, he was brought in to put on a thrilling show for the crowds at the Gold Coast 600, an annual car race that follows a temporary street circuit in Queensland, Australia. Instead of navigating the course by car, he did it in a Hop 127 jet. The cockpit video shows the jet weaving and turning along the coast and close to buildings, making for an exhilarating ride for the 2 crew members on board. It's